Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 3 of Let's Play Europa Universalis for Third Odyssey. Beaten but not broken in the last part. Well, we set up the first 6 colonies. Well, set up the first 5, and sorry, 4, 3, yeah, 4. No, 3. Got a 4th colony and bought out Aloin. Because we're being nice at the moment. We can encourage divination. We're just going to hold off on that right now, because it's... Actually, no, encourage divination. We're going to do that. Treason against Elysia. Recruitment is out of necessity, something that has been somewhat decentralized affair. Often it will be entrusted to nobles in the capital, and they are responsible to turn up a set number of men in various provinces under our control. This is a system that to some extent relies on the trust as the central government is not involved in the details countryside mustering, and the only form of control we have are the often sporadic inspections of the army itself, the army itself conducts. One such inspection, Methane, has unearthed quite a local scandal. The roles we have for the area is full of fictional names, and nobody seems to know what we could actually muster from the region. I don't think, like, would 8 actually do anything here? No, this is unfortunate. No, we've punished the perpetrator and conduct our own survey. It does ruin our local manpower for a little while, but yeah, I mean, we're not really in. We're not going to need to be at war for a long time. Balisius, a reputation tarnished. Some sort of propaganda takes is circulating in the court about how Constantinus XI is a ruthless powermonger. This might impact our relations with other countries. We'll embrace the reputation for now. There's no reason. I mean, we're not in Europe where it's going to be a problem, so for now, I think it's not a problem. I'm not really worried. Elysia is, we're growing. I mean, our capital's at 34. It's doing great. It's essentially ready. We've got the Varangian Guard. We've set up, like, some old, like, we set up some of the Roman things that we should have had years ago. So, yes, we set up some of the Roman necessities. I'm actually going to recruit 3 units to get us basically going to double our army because I would like to, I mean, the natives aren't going to attack us, but at the same time, I like to be very much prepared for if they do. Now, colony-wise, we're going to be colonizing the coastline first. Because I may have put off the Europeans coming, but it's still not going to... I haven't put them off by enough. We got nowhere else we can trade right now, so we're just going to have to sit tight on what we're doing. Now, of course, we're going to make less money because we're obviously recruiting armies, but... yeah, it's not a problem. Look at that. Let me go. Lovely. So what we need to do now is just wait for this colony. Once Ivos is done, we'll probably get some more stuff done. Profiteering in Delaware. Okay. The citizens of Delaware. I don't think we have someone called Delaware. No, we don't. I've grown tired of the local influence of greedy Yemenese merchants. Wait a minute. This is just a normal event. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I'm reading an event that doesn't matter. It is just a normal event. I apologize. It's that see, I'm so like I don't want to miss any of the important events. That's the problem. If I'm honest, nothing's really going to happen till 1428. Yeah, we've read this event and the gods can just suck it. Yeah, so this is the most important event. The ones with our the one with our little crown there are the important ones. Because they're related to us because of what we're doing. Whereas these other ones are obviously just, they're a little bit generic. Although they are for us, they just don't seem to have the crown. I'm guessing the ones with this on are very important to the establishment of like what to get to the next level. But yeah, to get this, we need to be in 1430. Or if we had a marketplace, we could do this straight away. So I might try and aim for a marketplace, get some money, try and get as much money as possible. Just to see if we can get a marketplace. Because if we can get a marketplace, we can get this, and we get this early, like it's definitely going to be worth it. Like it's definitely a win. And it will apparently form a center of trade in Elysia. That'd be pretty good for our economy, to be fair. Accommodation with the natives in Avos. Nice one. And yeah, someone also told me that the thing I was on about is right there. Literally, I should have found it. And also, someone asked me about the Hellenic faith. So the Hellenic faith is essentially If we look at it, it gives you missionary strength versus heretics, which is all the cultures that are going to be over here, and tolerance of heretics. So basically, we appreciate heretics, but we're also very easy to convert them. We also get, obviously, the pantheon of gods. Anyway, Greek fire, reserves running low. Our decision to bring the documents required to recruit our legendary Greek fire with us during the flight has proven a fruitful one. Although it has seen little use in naval combat so far, it may aid us in fighting future Viking raids on our coast. It has also proven useful in warding off native raids on our cities and forts, though more as a terror weapon than inflicting any significant casualties. Indeed, our alchemists and engineers have plans to improve range and reliability of both ship-mounted and handheld variants using more modern techniques and materials. However, they regretfully inform us that our supply of naphthha, a viscous black liquid critical to the production of Greek fire, is running low, forcing us to use our ration supply to project over the other, protect one project over the other. For now, it's going to be reserved for fort defense. So yeah, we have depleting Greek fire. There's obviously I'm not going to say anything, but yeah, that's kind of sucks. But I'm sure it will sort itself out. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I haven't played this mod like 4 times before this. So anyway, so yeah, religion-wise, Hellenic is not like Hellenic. Out of the 2 religions you could play, is one of the a little bit more set in once you become it. There's no variations of it. Whereas Orthodoxy can become Elysian Orthodoxy, which is actually, I'm not gonna lie, one of my favorite religions in the game. But I was looking, I just wanted to play Hellenic again. It's been like, my first playthrough is Hellenic, my second was Orthodox. You know, you gotta make it a little bit fairer. Anyway, with our supply of Greek fire decreasing by the day, we're under pressure from high-ranking military officials to locate a reliable, easily accessible source of naphthha. And soon. However, in addition to its military applications, naphthha has been known... Oh, is it naphtha? I don't actually know how to say that. Naphthha? Naphtha? I'm just going to call it naphtha. We're going to call it naphtha. Has been known amongst alchemic circles for its use in medicine, waterproofing, and as fuel for lighting since ancient times. The natives speak of great pits of black liquid rising from cracks in the ground to the northeast of Neo-Constantinopolis, near the Borealian Lakes. Others tell tale of a small island far to the south where entire lakes of naphtha flow, though this is dismissed as pure fantasy. We'll send out the search pies. And that was eventually... I forgot... I didn't realize that event was going to be so quick. Because that was the event I was alluding to. Like the, oh no, we might not have... We don't... Yeah, oh no, woe is us. We may have to take a loan to get this, merchant class done. But it's actually definitely worth it. Yeah, we receive 50 ducats, and then we get ourselves ready for this. Obviously, it's we've obviously got things to do. We've got to get a monthly income of 10, so I've got to double our income and have 10,000 men. That one's quite easy to be fair. And then we'll get Elysia. We have to get Elysia expands where total development is at least 50, whereas that was great. Total development grown by at least 50. I don't actually know. Okay. Sacrifice to the gods. Of course, we'll just tell them to ha. And hope they don't smite us where we stand. Government reform will be happening in 57. That's great. I don't know how government reform is going to affect how the mod deals with stuff. I don't know how the mod is going to deal with that. So that is definitely interesting to look forward to. Local natives appreciate our pantheon. That is definitely good for us. Markland, our ally, is given us... where is it? They're giving us... Where is it? They're giving us production efficiency, which is, again, really good for us. I know I depleted production efficiency for some reason. But, wait, everywhere got reassessment survey? God damn it. I fucked the manpower up of an entire region. I'm proud of myself. Hey, look, we could change our culture to another local culture, because apparently that's just something we could do. I don't see why we would, but hey, we could. You know, it's nice to know you have the option sometimes, I guess. Well, that's unfortunate. Higher developed colonies would be nice, because, you know, make our colonies a little bit better. Although, to be fair, we get to be in America first. I guess we can't really complain. We are 1,103rd in military rank. Holy fuck. I don't think I've ever been that far behind in military. That's actually depressing. High income. I would really like for that to get done soon. But it's not as simple. Change army doctrine. Right now, we do not need to do that. Like, we changed it, like, not that long ago. I know that was, like, event mandated, but there is no new variants. As far as I remember, there is. The game will give you updates when there's new, new types of troops, new like doctrines available to you. Like this is our doctrine at the moment: to expand the militia, which is pretty good. And right now, this is going to cost us 200, so it's like it hasn't even been 5 years since we've done that. Temples, yes, please. Got to try and keep ourselves green in as much as we can. Again, marketplace is definitely my more important thing. The lure of the New World. Ever since his childhood, Constantinos the 11th, has been fascinated by the tales of faraway places and the Basilius. And as Basilius, he has been actively promoting voyages of discovery and colonization. As our local colonial administrators now demand that we give them more support to fulfill overseas ambitions, his has been to raise the needed resources on his own without benefiting, burdening the coffers of the state. We'll get a conquistador, which we'll put in our army, but we don't really need him just yet. Alexios Palaiologos is our son. I'm looking forward to him coming up onto the throne. He's not as good as his dad in some, but he's better than his dad in... He's not as good as his dad in administrating, but he's better than his dad in everything else. Which will definitely benefit us. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I intend to get as many as... pretty much all of the missions done by the end of the game. That's what I at least very much want to do, so we'll... fingers crossed that we're allowed to get all that done. Yeah, the only thing I have, like, when we get all Elysian ideas, the prestige decay is kind of a very lackluster last thing. Because, like, the rest of these are really good, like, possible advisors, but also cheaper ideas, inspired recruits, morale recovery. Like, just everything of this is really good to me. And then there's just that prestige decay. It's like, well, that's a bit shit. But you can't have it all, ladies and gentlemen, can you? You cannot have it all. Form a colonial institution. Now, yes, this is some important stuff right there. Hey, the Elysian homelands. We've now that we have founded our new capital, it's time to expand our influence to the lands that surround it, as this will provide a buffer zone that many enemies must first pass through. We also hope to one day benefit from what may become the cultural and economic center of our empire. I can see it already. The Appalachian Mountains. Now that we have established ourselves in the local area, our thoughts must extend to the future expansion efforts. Our explorers have suggested that we look into carving pathways through the Appalachian Mountains. It would be hard work, and we may need the natives to provide the majority of the manpower, but the hope is that the movement of our armies and merchants through the mountains would be greatly increased. So that is essentially the next mission for us, and that is a national decision mission, not just a normal mission. Homeland Convoy, Homeland settled. With the neighbouring province of Evil settled, it is time to encourage settlers to move there. While this may weaken our capital for a short period of time, it will certainly help with development of the newly acquired state. That is the last time we're going to see that event, unfortunately. There is no more eager settlers, as far as I know. Like eager settlers, as far as I know, is... Oh no, we still have a small eager settlers now. But eager settlers has gone, as you guys can see, it's gone down a lot. Which is why we need to... which is very much why I want to get this group finished. So we can... Because we get 3 colonists overall once we finish this. And 3 colonists is still not enough, in my opinion, for us. But it's definitely better than nothing. All we need to do is get this done in December 1455, and we'll have once we get that marketplace, we'll be able to like a year after that be able to get this bad boy, and we'll be ready for a True Nation event, which I'm not going to actually talk about or look at because that is a very important mission in the Elysia mission tree, and I would be remiss to ruin it for everyone. If you guys are first-time viewers, If you guys aren't, I'd still be remiss to review. I just don't like spoiling it. It's such a cool event. So we do need to get to the Appalachian Mountains sometime soon. Soon enough, we're going to be very aggressive with these guys because we're going to need to just get rid of them. It sounds bad, but we are going to need to literally just push them off the continent. There's going to be a lot of natives slaughtered for Elysia. Because as bad as it sounds, killing them off is just declaring war on them is actually the simplest way to win. And that came a lot sooner than I expected. At the end of this part, we may get a we may be able to get the marketplace. Is it in Elysia the marketplace needs to be? Just asking. Yeah, capital have a marketplace. We gain the diplomatic insult against those lovely people. We'll deal with them when we can. In marketplace is actually going to be very useful for us, but I like how it always is worth more in Evos because Evos it controls the strait. It doesn't say that yet, but give it time. There'll be an event where I know that is technically kind of spoiling it, but there will be an event where this essentially is talking about how that strait is very well regulated and maintained, and it makes us a little extra money. So we will be probably getting all of the buildings here as soon as we can. Varangians defend Basilius. Constantinople is abuzz with the commotion as news spreads throughout the city that the knife-wielding assassin attacked the emperor and his entourage this morning. Though a high-ranking noble was killed in the struggle, the captain of the Varangian guard felled the assailant before he could escape. Unfortunately, the identity of the would-be assassin and employer are a mystery, though we have our suspicions. It was a disgruntled. No, I don't see the point in that. Yeah, let's just congratulate the Varangians on a job well done. There's no reason to bring the nobles into this because everywhere's happy. We haven't conquered anyone, so there we go. Within a year now, in 12 months, we will now have a we'll have the central mission done, which will give us a center of trade in Elysia. It will cost us 25 ducats, and we will lose 200 diplo points, but it happens. But to complete this mission, we have to have at least 25 ducats and have at least 200 diplo points. Getting diplo points is now my focus, so we're going to put that as our center. We're going to put that as our goal. I might try and hire. No, actually, I need money first. Let's get money, then I'll try and hire that guy. Because hiring that guy will obviously make us lose some money. So, I mean, we could stop the growth on that. We could turn down the growth on this a little bit. But I mean, I don't really want to turn it down, but I think I might try and make that money a little bit quicker. Because getting ourselves the this is always the one that in the old game, the old version of the mod where I was a little bit more you knew less, I would say. This was I like this version of the mission tree because I can just look at what I need for everything. I can go down to late game stuff and figure out what I need, and it's not a problem. But yeah, so with this I can at least know where I'm going and know how I need to get there. And this one is actually going to be a pain in the ass because of the aqueduct construction. Now I know I am looking at it a little bit hastily, but the aqueduct is a pain in the ass in a sense. It's because to get this, we're going to be required to go to war. Purely because that's just the way shit goes. It's going to go. Which, I mean, is completely fine with me, to be honest. I mean, I'm not against going to war, but first things first, we're going to need to get this paid off. This is important, so we're going to get that. And the Varangian defend Basilius again. So again, we'll just get the prestige and get the even less unrest. So it looks like people are really trying to kill us at the moment. I honestly couldn't say why. Whoa, we have a lot of unrest over here. I didn't realize you guys were so upset. And 19,000 peasants overall. And that's going to stay until 62. Fucking hell. I may have to fuck my own economy a little bit to try and shut you up, but Let's get some stability, you know, just to really shut these guys up. You guys are not being paid for, so you'd be beyond pointless right now to like shut up. You know, I can wait a little bit extra time for the money because these guys we should provide. Yeah, minus 1.5. So you can find there. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we're gonna have to end this part here, and in the next part we'll continue on. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next part. See you guys then.